Hey, what's up, everybody? John here, and welcome back to Fat Man Fit Man. As you can see, I am wearing some of my PPE, my personal protective equipment that I have at work. And when I go into a facility where I have to go back and grab somebody in a wheelchair, mask all the time, and goggles whenever I go back into where the patients and the residents live. So anyway, so this is what it looks like for me at different points during the day. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Anyhow, how you guys doing? I just want to take a couple minutes, and this video is going to be a little bit different probably. I don't really have a whole lot going on right now, but I wanted to just touch base and check in with you guys. Just got off work for today. Today is Monday, and it is the week of Thanksgiving. And so, what are you guys thankful for this week? What are some things that, even in the midst of all the craziness of this year, of 2020, what are some things that you are thankful for? Leave me a comment down in the comment section, and that way others can see that even though 2020 has been kind of cruddy, there are still things to be thankful for. There are still things to praise God about and to give Him thanks for. So, yeah. Anyway, do that. Leave a message down below. Also, if you would, go ahead, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification bell. That way, whenever other videos come out, you know up front, you're one of the first ones to find out that new content is ready to go. So, anyway, all right, what else? Well, you know, since I mentioned 2020 and having to wear some of this personal protective equipment and stuff like that, I want to share something that I have observed, or something that I have recognized in the last few months. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that this whole virus thing, I know that it is for real. I know that it is a real thing. It is something that is very serious, and that people are dying from it. And I understand that. So please don't think that I'm dismissing how serious it is for many folks who actually get the virus. But from my perspective, and working with senior adults and going into senior care facilities, talking with the senior adults, with the nurses' aides, with the other staff that are in some of these facilities, and hearing some of the conversations that they have had with residents who live in the facilities, who have been on basically lockdown for 6-7 months. Most of the folks who are residents in the senior care facilities, to my experience, I'm not saying this is the case amongst all of the senior care facilities, just in my experience with the facilities I go into and have direct contact with, the folks that live there, they have said time and again that they would rather not be in lockdown, have the opportunity to see family, to have that physical touch, take the chance of actually getting the virus and dying from it, than they would being locked up as if they were in prison and having no contact with the outside world, if you will. And I can see their point whenever they're talking about it. I had a guy tell me not too long ago that he said if I would have realized it was going to be like this, I would have made plans to move out of here and in with my daughter so that I could spend time with my family and have a quality of life. Even if I got the disease and died from it, I would have a quality of life and not just a longer life with no quality. So, and that really struck me. And the other conversations I've had with people that are very similar to that, and it has really struck me. You don't realize how important it is to have that contact with your family and your loved ones whenever you can't have it. You don't realize how much you need it. So, and one of the things is that we get a report, well, I don't, but overall, within our facilities, there's a report that goes out, and it has how many folks have moved rooms or have gone out to the hospital, or it even lists folks who have passed away. And in the last few months, in a couple of the facilities combined that I have interaction with, there have been like 30 people or so that have passed away, but not from the disease, not from COVID. They have passed away, the vast majority of them, due to other medical conditions that were amplified because of mental decline, which was caused by lack of interaction with family members and friends. Basically, they gave up the will to live because they had nothing to live for. They had no family that they could actually give hugs to or sit in the same room with because they're on lockdown. So now I know many of the folks have had health issues that they were going to eventually pass away from. But this magnified that, and I think many of them, they just didn't want to fight anymore because they didn't have really anything to fight for in their minds. And why do I say that? Well, in and out of the facility, being in and out of the facilities regularly as we are, there are folks who they had a husband or a wife or a daughter or a son or other family member or friend that would come into the facility some 2-3 times a week. We had some folks whose family member would come into the facility and be with them all day, every day, and would help take some of the burden off of the nursing staff and help take care of them and do the little things that, by all rights, the nursing staff just doesn't have the time to be able to do for every resident because they're overworked as it is. And so we had those folks who had the constant everyday contact that all of a sudden they had no contact with their loved ones other than on the telephone. That is a big mental thing. I mean, that really is a blow to someone's mental state. Anyway, there's a lot that I could say about that. And like I said, I know many of those folks were going to go ahead and at some point were going to pass away because of the issues that they had. But being locked down, not having that interaction with loved ones, family, and friends just made it happen that much quicker. Now, you can leave me some comments and say how wrong I am about that, but I'm not. I'm not wrong. You can leave those comments, but y'all, I've got to know a lot of these people. about half of the folks that have passed away, I had regular contact with. I would transport them to doctor's appointments, things like that. And it's difficult, y'all. It's difficult to know, to walk into the office and my dispatcher say, hey, so-and-so passed away last night, or so-and-so passed away over the weekend. And, one of my all-time favorite ladies in one of the facilities passed away a couple months ago. And I'm telling you, that was a really hard day for me, because she was one of those just cantankerous ladies that she would do everything she could just to get under your skin, and really what she was wanting was for you to give it back to her. And so she would be a pain in the butt, and I would be a pain in the butt back to her, and that's how we got to have a really good connection, because that was just a lot of fun, and she needed that interaction. And so it was a blessing for me to be able to know her and to have those opportunities to just give her a hard time. So, but she was great, and there's been a whole bunch of others that have been great too. But y'all, since this is Thanksgiving week, be thankful if you have good health, because that's something that God has blessed you with. If you don't have good health, if you're in poor health but you're still alive, be thankful. If you're watching this video and you have the ability to, you have the ability to reach out and love on somebody who might be struggling, do that and praise God and be thankful that you have that opportunity and ability to do that. So, if you know anybody whose loved one is in a facility someplace, reach out to that loved one who is not able to go into a facility and see their mom or dad or their other loved one, whoever it may be. Reach out to them, and sometimes we got folks that come to the windows and they sit at the window all day and will talk on the phone with their loved one. And that's great that they can do that, but that's no substitute for being able to hold a hand and hug a neck and sit there and just have that conversation. So anyway, guys, I did not know that was where this was going to go today, but it is where it went. So you guys, this week, as Thanksgiving is coming up, be thankful. Praise God, because He is good all the time. And I'm just going to leave it there. I got things to do. I got to stop by the grocery store so that I can pick some stuff up for Kelly, because she's going to be making some things, dessert and stuff for Thanksgiving here in a couple days. She's a lucky one. She took off. She's taken off on Wednesday, so she's just working 2 days this week, and she's actually working from home. So she's working from home 2 days, and then she's off 5-day weekend for Thanksgiving. So I get off for Thanksgiving Day, and then I probably have to come in for a little bit on Friday to help run some dialysis patients. And people still got to have treatments even though it's a holiday, because your health doesn't take a break just because it's a holiday. Anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in this time. Like I said, I didn't know what this was going to be. I just wanted to check in. So, you guys, thanks for watching again. I'll see you on the next video, and y'all have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is that you're watching this. Oh yeah, also, Kelly found me this awesome mask that matches my shirt. Old Navy.